Okay, so I'm going to take you through a full in-depth guide to using the Strength Coach Program Builder, how to work it and how to get the most out of it. So we're actually going to ignore the dashboard and the program to begin with and head right along to the bottom, lists. Now in here is all the data that you can add and adapt. Some of it you don't need to, it will auto update, but there's some information you can change. So first of all, you can go in and change all the names of your athletes. So I'm just going to add a couple in here, add a few, that's what I was trying to say. If I delete all of these, you'll now see that when I head to my dashboard, the only options I can choose are the ones that I have put in this back room. Now, I can also do that for the names of the blocks. You can call them phases, you can give them different names, it's entirely up to you, pre-season, off-season, in-season. They might be academic terms. If you're working within a high school or a school, you can also put the years in. Now you could put this is 20/21 if your season or your academic year goes across a 2 years. And then you can also add as many session focuses as you like. So I've just put in some basic ones here, but there might be team strength, there might be single leg strength, linear speed, it's unilateral power, whatever you want to add in, you can add here, and these will all add to the options when you get into actually programming. In terms of your categories, you can also change these as well. So this is how I've categorized the movements, but if you have more in-depth or less depth to your categories, so you might just have push, pull, squat, hinge, that's absolutely fine. You can just change these, but what you will need to do if you change these categories here is head to the exercise list and make sure you update what exercise goes into what category. Whilst I'm here, you can add any exercises you want, add new exercises, real nice and simple. Type in your new exercise, give it a category, and if you want to, you can give it a piece of equipment as well. And again, that will auto update in that programming sheet. Same goes for the set and rep schemes and the warm-ups. If I want to add a new set and rep scheme, I can scroll right down here to the bottom. Title goes in here, new set 1, and I'm going to make sure that goes all, I can't type, new set 1. I'm going to make sure that's the same for all 6 boxes here, and then I'm going to add 6 sets as well. The reason I need to make sure it's the same for all 6 sets is so that when I go into the programming sheet, it knows that it will fit in these boxes. It doesn't matter if there's not information in there, you just need to put it in so that it fits in the boxes. I can now add in the reps and the percentage that I would like to use for each set. Like I said, if I only want 4 sets, I only fill in 4, and I might only want them at 70%, that's fine. And then you've got week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So you can build your own set and rep schemes if you wish. And then your warm-ups, same idea, a little bit easier on this. I'm just going to put new warm-up. Okay, main instruction is 4 rounds. And then as I put my information in here, so let's just go exercise 1, 2, that will automatically fill in this side for you. So that's how you add all your information to your lists, your warm-ups, your exercises, and your set and rep schemes. So that comes onto the actual program itself. First thing I want to do is select my athlete, select the block, select the academic year, and add a little bit more information about that player. It could be increase overall power output, starting with an initial strength block. Something simple that just provides you some information And history could be previous grade 2 tear of left hamstring, but that was 2 years ago. So it just gives you a little bit of information on the athlete. Head to the program itself and see that all that has carried over. I've now got my athlete. So example 1, the name will change up here. Their goals, their focuses, their injuries, and their sports will also update. So planning your actual sessions. In my opinion, it's better to start large and then narrow in. So I always go for the session and the focus first of all. If I want to leave that blank, that's fine, and it will just update here. So I'm going to have a strength session. Session 2 is going to be just power. And then session 3, we could go back to just doing a strength session. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the categories of movements that I want to have. So I want to start with, I still want to do some plyos because I am working on power overall, and I like to have a little bit of a stimulus in there as well. So we're going to put a jump land in for the first exercise. Then I might want a bilateral squat, and then I might want a unilateral squat, and then I might just want to finish that off with a bit of push and a bit of pull and some trunk. So that's how I lay my session out. I would then do that for each of the days to give me my overall structure. Once I've selected the categories, those drop-down menus will now have all the exercises that fall within that category. So I might start with some counter movement to a box. I want that to be A. And then I'm going to do exercise B is I'll keep the super simple back squat. I might want some lateral movement there. So I am going to go for a goblet lateral lunge. That's exercise C. And then for my uppers and my core, I might want to superset it. So I can set these as D1, D2, and D3. And I'm just going to stay dumbbell floor press, a 3-point dumbbell row, and for trunk, let's go with some bear crawls. Okay. Once I've selected the movements, I can now go in and select how I want them to be focused, set and rep wise over the next 4 weeks. So again, click on that drop down menu and all of my sets and reps are now here. Now I know I'm looking at a strength focus here as we highlighted that in the session outline. So I could just select a nice 2-wave approach. Sorry, not for my jumps, for my back squat, I'm going to select a nice 2-wave approach. For my lunges, I might go a little bit higher. So I'm going to scroll down to get 4 sets of 12, a bit of accessory work there. And then for my uppers, I might want it to be a little bit strengthy, so I can stay on the strengthy. Might want to be a little bit higher in reps, but still quite heavy. So I'm just going to go 4 sets of 6, dumbbell row, exactly the same, so that linear plateau 4x6, 4 by, so I can't find it, linear plateau 4x6. Okay, and then for my bear crawl, you can either leave it blank and type it in yourself, or you can build out some set and rep schemes. So I think I've added open sets, 1 times 20 meter there. I could change it to 4 times 20 meters, absolutely up to you. Jumps as well, you can either program them in yourself here, or you could create set and rep schemes specifically for plyos and then add them to the drop down menu. So that is how you plan your main session. I can then also add whatever warm-ups. I might have plyo warm-up 1, plyo warm-up 2, and I can set each one for each week. I can also go in and type these in by hand. That's absolutely fine. So if you do want to make any changes, you can go ahead and do so. So this is how my program would now look. And if I jump onto my dashboard, I can see that I'm starting to get some numbers here in the prescribed. So I've only done 1 session, so there's no information here in session 2 and 3, which is absolutely fine. But I'm seeing I've prescribed 17 working sets with an average percentage of 19 working sets with an average percentage of 69. And I can see as the weeks progress, those sets actually stay the same with the percentage rising. And then I've got a built-in bit of a deload in that 4th week, or if I was looking to peak. Now, as my athlete fills in their work, let's just say they've got a back squat of 100, just to keep my maths nice and simple. They're going to start filling in their sheet. As they type in the weight that they have completed in kilos, you will see that on that front sheet, stuff starts to happen. I now have my achieved information starting to fill in and our chart updating. So I can see that the average load they achieved was 72. The sum of the volume load they achieved was 2,576. And then 77 kilos was the max that they lifted in their working set. Now I can go even deeper as well. Once I've programmed out the whole thing and everyone's filling in their information, I can then narrow down my search and my information on this table and graph. So I could do it by category, just clear that and select just squats. And that's going to tell me what's programmed for just squats. Or I could go even narrower and go by exercise itself. Now this list will be only exercise that you have programmed on the sheet, so you don't have to scroll through everything. So I'm just going to clear that, pop back squat, press OK, you can see my information updates. But if I select an exercise that hasn't been filled in, 3.0, you can see that even though I've prescribed 4 sets, they haven't actually achieved anything yet, so they haven't completed that session. So it's up to you how far you drill down into the exacts of what you are trying to analyze and what you're trying to look for. You also have your estimated 1 rep max calculator here, and that's nice and simple. If you do want to work out where the athlete may be, I can go back to the program. I know that I've lifted 77 kilos for 4 reps. So an estimate from that working set would be 84 kilos. So if you did want to test 1 rep maxes, you could do an AMRAP set at 90%, or you could simply build that heavy 1 rep or triple or 5 reps at a heavy weight and calculate the 1 rep max from there. So that is how you go about actually creating your information, your program, and how your athlete puts it in. Now, the one thing I haven't gone over is how you actually share it with them, and that's nice and easy. All I'm going to go, click on the share function, type in their email, press done, and it will automatically share this sheet with your athlete on Google. They can then view it on their phone and they can start putting their information in. I've gone over that quite quickly, so if there are any comments or questions, just drop me an email down here or add me on Instagram or any socials, and I will get back to you, and hopefully I can answer any of those questions. Hope you enjoyed the program, hope you enjoy the product, and yeah, let me know how it goes.